Hi, and welcome to our channel. In this episode, we'll have a look at a few unique architecture houses located in countries from New Zealand to Poland. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell to hear about the latest video. Let's have a look at the backcountry house designed by Architectural Design Studio in New Zealand. Located on a secluded, bush-clad site, this house plays on the uniquely New Zealand typology of the backcountry hut. Aiming at simplicity, it's comprised of a single volume for living, cooking, eating, and a lean-to annex housing the lower floor service and sleeping area. The spaces are open and shared as opposed to enclosed and separate. The experience is one of enhanced connection with each other and of enhanced connection to the surrounding environment. The living area opens fully on two sides, having the feel of an outdoor room, and the fire and baths located on the deck draw daily activities out of the house and into nature. Extensive use of locally sourced bandsaw macrocarpa inside and out, passive heating, ventilation, and high-performance insulation make the house of low impact environmentally. Rough-hewn natural materials tie the house effortlessly into its setting, while galvanized corrugated iron is used to strengthen the hut aesthetic. The interior design juxtaposes heavily textured and knotted bandsawed timber against flat, clean, white, sharp-edged surfaces. Finishing trims and beads are absent from the detailing here. The timber intersects with white surfaces plainly and honestly, and a high level of workmanship was required to achieve the desired result. The main palette is two-tone, with the warmth of the oil-blended macrocarpa offsetting the starkness of the matte white surfaces, meaning matte black light fittings work together with the joinery to accent the scheme. The simplicity of the palette provides a sense of calm, which works as a welcome backdrop to the sometimes chaotic days of young family life. Another showcase today, Narula House by John Porty Architects. Located on the banks of the River London, a tributary to the Thames near Wargrave in Berkshire, United Kingdom, the house sits within flood zone with a potential flood depth of 1.17 meters or 3.8 feet in the worst case scenario. The design places the house on stilts, which raises the house by 2.2 meters or 7 feet above the 100-year plus predicted climate change flood level to make a useful space for casual parking. The house floats across the site as a single linear form and is aligned on the cardinal points north and south. The linear form plays against the meandering river, the linear against the arabesque. Approaching the house, an open tread staircase climbs up to the entrance deck. A natural Iroko front door is sheltered beneath a canopy to provide a welcoming and sheltered point of arrival. Inside, the lobby is generous and immediately offers surprise as it opens onto a raised outdoor court that's framed to the sky and has a staircase back down to the grassy riverbank. To one side of the outdoor court lies a large open-plan living space with no structural columns to the glazed riverfront, offering unbroken panoramic views of the river. A balcony runs along the length of the living space with glass balustrading sheltered beneath the oversailing roof. This roof also oversails the bedrooms and ancillary rooms, lending solar shading and providing an abstract reading of the volume as folded plane. To the other side, a generous circulation space runs along the north side of the house with storage to one side, serving study, media room, utility spaces, cloakroom, and 3 bedrooms, all with en-suite bathrooms. PL Architects designed a house in Poznan, Poland with a barn-like look. There's no room for chance. The roof is smooth and chimneys and all insulations are hidden. According to the modernist principle, the less, the better. There are no embellishments or ornaments. As for the facade, the house is in the style of a barn, so it's wooden, made of raw larch, unprotected by anything. It will naturally age. It will go gray. There will be blemishes. It will become like the trees that grow around. It's only under the wood that a sealed structure is hidden. Siberian larch used here is characterized by particularly good durability. It's very dense, so it doesn't disturb water or moisture very easily. It's estimated that raw larch could be impregnated with oils approximately every 20 years. You also don't need to clean it. Just remember that from year to year will overlap in increasing patina. The owner wanted the living room to be traditionally facing south to let in a lot of sun. The designers proposed an opposite solution by reversing the perspective precisely because of the landscape. From the northeast, the house faces the most beautiful view: a meadow, trees, and a small river, so there is the largest window. But ultimately, the house has glazing from all four sides. In addition, there's a lot of wood inside, this time ash, which has an exceptionally beautiful grain. The floor was made of ash breadth, 8 meters long, which is the entire width of the house. The roof truss is wooden, and the top of the kitchen island has been replaced with a raw piece of plank. Let's meet Encaved by Mold Architects. Encaved is located on a small, secluded rocky cove on Seriphos Island in Greece, seemingly hovering just above sea level. The need to create a protected shelter at a location of disarming view, but openly exposed to strong north winds, led us to the decision to drill the slope instead of arrange a set of spaces in line at the ground level. We applied a rectangular grid to the slope to produce a three-dimensional chessboard of solids and voids that accommodate and at the same time isolate the residents' quarters. This strict geometry is discontinued with the rotation of the last axis of the grid, which provides the living area with an ampler view. Shifting the axis intensifies the sense of perspective significantly, and thus the imprint of the residence appears minimized at the conceptual end of the ascent. Longitudinal walls of dry stone outline and protect the interior and exterior spaces. They consist of the vertical borders, which lead the visitor's gaze to the horizon line. In contrast to the sturdy stone walls, the traverse facades are light, made of glass, and can open along their entire length. The front is fully open to the east view, while the rear windows frame indoor gardens, enhancing the airflow and letting light into the residence. Lighting and ventilation with front and rear openings, stone, a planted flat roof, suitable insulation, as well as energy-efficient glass panels adds to Encaved excellent bioclimatic features. The residence is divided into 3 levels: bedrooms, living rooms, and a guest house. The first 2 communicate internally while the guest house is independent. An incaved staircase connects the 3 levels externally and leads to the main entrance located at the living room loft. This smooth descent into the interior of the house slowly reveals the initially hidden spaces of the house, while framing a 2-sided view: a visual outlet to the sea during descent, and outlet to the sky during ascent. Incaved areas are negative spaces. They result from severing and removing part of the rock. This rough feeling of a natural cavity was what we aimed to create with our choice of materials and color palette. Stone, exposed concrete, wood, and metal are used with precision to create coarse inner shells. Perforated filters on the facade and the floor produce shadow patterns. Paired with large reflective mirror surfaces, they make up an eerie atmosphere in the private areas of the residence. Finally, the pergolas seem to float detached from the surface, denoting the physical aspect of the residence, which integrates to the landscape, yet maintains a dynamic presence.